This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by Lee Health.
All right, good morning, Southwest Florida. Welcome to another edition of Lee Pitts Live. And where is Lee Pitts Live now? Well, we're at the Holiday Inn Airport at right off the Gulf Coast Town Center. It is a fabulous hotel that's going to be hosting us for the next 4 weeks. And we're just thrilled to get a chance to come to you from this location. What is this hardware right here? You're going to find out all about it because this is an award-winning hotel. And we got the managing director here to tell us all about it. Talk to Brian Holly. Also, the show, we get a chance to talk to Beverly Duff. She'll be a part of the Girl Talk with Tashika Perry. And then what's going on with crime and Crime Stoppers? Well, we got the person at the top of Crime Stoppers here as well, Trish Rout, the coordinator of the Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live is happening right now. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Southwest Florida, to the award-winning Lee Pitts Live. And what better place to have the award-winning Lee Pitts Live than at an award-winning hotel? That's the Holiday Inn Airport Town Center, and we have the managing director here, my good friend, Brian. Brian, let me bump you in.
There we go. Welcome.
I'm glad to be here, man. What's it like to have a TV show here for the next 4 weeks?
It's beautiful. It's a lot of fun, and it brings some energy to the hotel, which we love.
I want you to know that the accommodations have been outstanding here. You guys have rolled out the red carpet for Lee Pitts Live, and the customer service here is just spot on. Is that something that you try to make sure that your Holiday Inn maintains all the time?
It sure is. I mean, our goal here is to be proactive with our guest service, to provide the guests what they need before they even have to ask for it.
When people think about the Holiday Inn Airport Town Center, what do you want to come to their mind?
I want them to think of a mini resort. I want them to think that we've built an inland resort similar to the ones you can get to on the beach for a lot more money. But a lot of us have resort backgrounds, so we kind of inject some resort touches throughout.
That's one of the things I remember. I mentioned this to you off camera that the whole time I've been here, and I've stayed at your hotel several times, I always feel like I'm at a resort, and the customer service, the way you have things laid out, I think you brought some of your expertise from working in the resort kind of industry, you brought it to the hotel concept.
Yes, and because you can see how much fun that is, and we just didn't want to be another airport hotel. We wanted to have some fun. The one thing we get in guest comments all the time that make us know we're fulfilling our mission is when the guests say, "You're not a normal Holiday Inn," or "This reminds me of a mini resort." And several of us came from resort backgrounds, as I mentioned before, and so we've all added little touches on our own.
What's it like going from managing a larger resort like the Sonesta Harbor in Sanibel to a smaller, quainter place like this? Was it a big transition for you?
Yeah, it was really big. I loved every minute of my 18 years at the resort, but I told my wife when the resort sold and we were out of there, I had a couple other options at big resorts, but they were all out of state. So I really loved Southwest Florida. My kids were just starting school. I met a gentleman through my advisory board at FGCU who was starting this project, and they brought me on, and 8 years later, here we are.
But that's sort of unique. You're the managing director here, but you were also involved in the actual construction process. So you looked at the blueprints and everything?
Yes, when I came on, they were pretty close. I came on about 8 months from opening, 9 months, and they were pretty well down the line. And however, we were able to change a few things for the better, but the way the hotel came out, I wouldn't change anything now.
One of the things I love about your hotel, too, is on Fridays, you can come in here and get some nice jazz live entertainment in that beautiful lobby out there. People seeing photos flashing on the screen now. Tell us about that group that sings out there, that duet.
Lee, that's one of those resort touches we talked about. We've had them here ever since we opened. It's called The Color of Sound. It's Angie and Wagner, and they play light jazz, pop music from 5 to 8. And our chef also comes out and does a full-on pasta buffet bar for complimentary for the guests during that time frame.
And we're looking forward to having the renowned Chef Murray here on the show in a couple of weeks so people get a chance to hear him and his thoughts on things. When you think about the fact that you are hands-on at what you do, a lot of general managing directors like yourself, they sort of stand off and let things run. But I notice you're hands-on. You make sure that things are done right.
That's the fun part to me. I mean, I'm not an office guy. Our business is out in the hospitality area with the guests, greeting the guests, making sure, as I said before, that they have everything they need. I mean, interacting with our staff is the fun part for me.
Mm-hmm. What type of training do you give your staff? Do you do an orientation with them? Because I know it's everybody I come across is like trying to give me service.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear
I'm like,
that.
hey, I'm good,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm really glad to hear that. We have very little turnover.
Okay.
We have 14 students from the program, FGCU Hospitality Program, which really helped because these young students are have really decided this is what they want their career to be. So we're able to orient people one-on-one because we have so little turnover, and so we'll do that one-on-one as they come in the door.
One thing that I want the TV audience and the public to know, even our radio audience as well, is that this hotel has some pretty nice sized ballrooms. The first time I came here about 3 years ago, I came to a banquet. Then I came again to another banquet. And every time I came here, I was like, this is a pretty nice sized hotel. People need to know. And the food was just outstanding. People need to know that this is a place they can have a lot of their wedding receptions and a whole lot of other things, right?
Yes, and that's one of the things that differentiates us out here by the airport is that we have a ballroom big enough to seat 225 for dinner. We have 8 other breakout rooms. So there's a room to fit any size function.
Mm-hmm. The outside, we got that view of the water there, and then we got the pool sitting right there, the spa. All of that's right there at your fingertips, and you still feel like you're on the beach almost.
Yes, and the owners prior to me, Fred and Jim, decided this is the plot they wanted because we could have been up closer to the road, but they said we want that water orientation. So that's what it happened, and we play with that. We expanded our pool deck to kind of give you that pool over water feel outside.
Now, hospitality industry, you've been wired in it for at least 100 years. Just joking, Brian, just joking. At least, but I know you've been in the hospitality industry for a substantial period of time, and you sort of know the ins and outs in Southwest Florida. What are some of the challenges in hospitality that we can see in the future?
Right now, there's a lot more development happening. There wasn't any hotels being built for 4 or 5 years.
I see.
And right now, there's a new hotel being built at Gulf Coast Town Center. Everybody heard about the one downtown at Harborside. I've heard some chatter that there's going to be some hotels built in and around the airport area. And I'm a little fearful of that because that's what happened back in 09 and 10 before the recession. So all of a sudden, we had more supply than we had demand. And right now, everyone's holding their own from last year. This market is about even from last year. Adding another 800,000 hotel rooms is concerning to me.
Ah, I see. Well, this is the place that I want to be. Now, this is the kind of thing that distinguishes you. With that expansion, is it hard for you to find good people, and are you always looking for good people in the hospitality industry?
Yes, I mean, we never say that our staff is full, ever. If somebody comes in the door looking for a job and they have that hospitality vibe and they have that smile, that's all we're looking for, because we can train everything else. So if somebody comes in with that vibe, we find a spot for them.
You can pick it up just like that?
Right away.
I see.
Yeah.
What's all this? I got to show this off. Come on, John. We got some hardware here. This is not just an hotel. This is the award-winning Holiday Inn. What am I holding right here in my hand?
Lee, that's the Torchbearer Award that we won for last year, 2016. Only 3 Holiday Inns out of over 500 in the United States of America qualified for that award in the highest guest service, as noted by our guests.
Man, that thing is pretty heavy. They spent money. What we got here?
That's the Quality Excellence Award from years before that. That's the award that you win. If you're slightly below that 90, if you're 89.9, that's the Quality Excellence Award, and that also indicates almost a flawless inspection by the IHG inspectors.
And what we got here?
This was the Rookie of the Year Award. This was a Newcomer of the Year. You asked about our culture, and when we first started training our staff, in this room, by the way, we talked about this award. There's one award given out for the best new hotel open in that year in the Holiday Inn system. And you win it by passing your anonymous inspections, highly rated, and you also have to have over 90% guest satisfaction. And our staff at that time, that day, before we opened, said, we want to win that award. And they went out and won it.
Now, when we get those surveys after we stay at the hotel, very important to fill those things out?
Yes. I mean, everyone takes them very seriously. And if there's a way or there's something that we're missing on or not doing, we immediately address it and make sure it doesn't happen again. But all of the hotel brands and chains are very tuned into that.
How do you compare the Holiday Inn to other chains, and what barometers do you use to compare yourselves?
Yeah, we use what's called a STAR report, which is a statistical report that we all share every month. So we see where we are in conjunction or in proportion to our comp set competitive set as it relates to occupancies. So that's one. That's the analytical way. The other way we look at each other is on TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is extremely important, your TripAdvisor ranking, because I know when my wife plans a trip for our family, that's the first place she goes. She wants to see how that hotel rates.
And so when you look at it, what are we finding?
For here, you're finding really good scores, and you're finding that mini resort, and you're finding that best Holiday Inn I've ever stayed at.
Really?
Yes.
Well, man, keep up the good work, and congratulations on all these awards. I'm going to steal these, take these home, keep them for myself, and tell everybody these mine.
Thanks so much.
All right, we'll stay right there. For those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Brian Holly and all the fine people here at the Holiday Inn Airport who are doing it. We'll be right back with Girl Talk on Lee Pitts Live. Give him a hand.